The story is about Jesus going to visit the temple. And he sees all the people there selling stuff, cows and chickens and sheep and birds. He looks around, he's angry. Why? Jesus saying, here, this place is a temple, it's a holy place. Here is the house from God, my Father. My Father's house. You are making it like a place for selling and buying and selling. It's wrong. Jesus was angry. All the people, he throws them all out. Remember, maybe 40 years later on, after Jesus had died and risen and ascended into heaven, about 40 years later, the Jewish people, the soldiers, led a revolt against the Romans. And the soldiers of Rome came, destroyed Jerusalem, the temple was torn down, lost. So, question came up. The temple is gone. What does it mean? The house of God is gone. Where do we find God? How do we find God? How? You think about that sometimes. I think about it. For me, where do we find God? How do we find God? Is he in heaven, far away? Up in heaven, far away? God has come to be here with us. Let me make a little bit of a comparison. You know, an artist. He's drawing, he wants to make a beautiful painting. He's drawing and arranging the colors and putting it all there. The artist, but more than paint, more than drawing, the artist puts his heart into that picture. His spirit puts into that picture. Why? Because the artist wants to make himself, gives himself to make that a beautiful picture. Another example. You who are mothers and fathers, you buy food for your children. And the food you give, you cook it. The food you give them food, right? And more importantly, you who are mothers and fathers, you give love for your children when you give them something to eat. It's different in a restaurant. You go to a restaurant, you eat the food, you pay the bill, and you leave. Do they give love in the restaurant? No, there's nothing like that. But at home, it's different. Love is in the food, is given in the food. You give something, you give part of your love. What does that mean, this comparison? We look around to find God. Find God where? God has given us things. Made something beautiful for us. Yes, God has made something beautiful for us. What is it? Everything in the world is given us shows us about God, tells us something about the character of God. For example, you see a rock, a mountain, you see that, wow, it's strong, it's powerful. And that mountain is going to keep going, it's going to continue. Ooh, God. The fingerprints of God. Fingerprints are on that mountain. That mountain shows me something. God is strong. God is powerful. God is continuing always. And sometimes you see the soil. It's humble. It's low. But from that soil grows food for us. It gives us life. Because God gives us this soil to remind me that He gives us life. You see maybe the humble soil, but God gives us that for our life. And sometimes you see growing from the soil, you see plants for food. And the food is giving us life. God, you give us plants, you give us life. And then you see the flowers, the beautiful colors, and a whole variety of colors. They're beautiful. God, you make those flowers beautiful. Why? to help us know you are beautiful also. And then we see the animals at home. Maybe you have a dog or a cat at home. I don't know. The dog is very friendly, welcomes you, happy to see you when you come home. The dog is happy when you come back. Really wants to be friends with you. God, you want to be friends with me. I see that in the gift of your cute dog. You want to be friends. Or a cat that's gentle, firm. God, you are like that cat. You touch that cat. You're gentle. You want to show me. You are soft too. And then the most beautiful, wonderful thing God has ever made. What? You. And me. Yes, God has made you like God. Why? Because you can know, you can think, you can decide, you can make decisions, you can love like God loves. You are human. All human persons show as a picture of God. God, His fingerprints are on you, in you. Wow, me, right, in you, that's right. Sometimes a human person, most perfect image, most picture of perfect God is Jesus. Jesus came, why? To show you and me the perfect picture of God. We want to know God, what He looks like. We see Him in Jesus, His life, His actions, His attitudes. We see it's the same as God. God is far away. He's here. God's fingerprints are with us always, helping us to know God is close to us always. Sometimes the wonderful, most beautiful thing is Jesus wants us to see is Jesus, right? Then Jesus wants us to eat Him. He comes in Holy Communion. Jesus is forever in you. Why? Jesus wants you and me to have God's life in us always. So many, many different ways God's fingerprints are on the things that God has made. Why? To help us know that God is close. He's not far away, way up there. No. God is close. Maybe we don't have the time of Lent now. Why? To help us, gives us the opportunity to think. Find God where? Find God in the many different ways, many different things. More important, find God in people. More important, find God in me, in you, in Jesus. No, God is close. God is kind and warm. He is with us always. Let me end with a story. There was a fish. He was thinking, I heard about something called water. I'm wondering about what's water. Thinking, I want to decide, I'm going to see if I can find water. So the fish, asking I heard about something called water. Do you know? And that fish said, well, yeah, I heard the word water, but I don't know what it means. I have no idea. Ask some other person. So the fish goes on and asks another person. Fish asks, water. Have you heard about water? Do you know what water is? The fish says, nah, forget it. I don't care about water. Forget it. It's not important. Not worth it. Ignore it. Stop bothering. Go bother somebody else. So he was disappointed, thinking about water. It's hard to find water. Had to go far away. Yeah, so the fish keeps going and looking, finding, asking people about water. Ask about water. What does it mean, water? He finds a wise old fish. Asks him, You're an old, wise man. Help me. I want to know about water. Where do I find water? The old fish answers, water. It's all around. You are living in water. You are breathing water. Water is all around. Do you need to look up to see the water? You just need to notice it. All the water is here. What does it mean, that story? God is... Look around to find God. You don't need to look hard. You find Him close by. He's in you. All you need to do is notice it. See, God is here, all around.